Okay, to get started, you need to log into your school email. And once you're there, you're going to go to the Google Apps icon, which is right here by the bell. We're starting with Google Docs, and as you can see, I've already saved it as a shortcut. If you don't see Google Docs up here, just keep scrolling. And if you still don't find it, you can click Even More from Google. That will pull up their whole list of available apps. And we're going to scroll down to Home and Office where you can click Docs. If you did have to scroll down or you had to go to Home and Office, it wasn't at the top. Once this part comes up and you have the Docs homepage, come on back to Apps. And then you'll see a button right here. I don't have it because I already had the shortcut, but it'll say Add a Google Docs shortcut. You just click right there. And then it'll be up here like mine is, so next time you won't have to hunt for it. All right, now that you're in the Docs home screen, you're going to click on the blank with the blue plus to start a new document. Of course, these are the templates that you could use similar to what you would have in Microsoft Word, but for today we'll start with a blank. Of course, my internet's choosing to freeze right now, but there it goes. All right. To title your document, you just wave over the untitled document box at the top left and put in whatever you want to call it. For this module, go ahead and put your name _ Jeans Part 1. That's how I'm going to keep track of making sure we get the Jeans Day passes to everyone that completes all 3 parts. All right, once you've named it, you're going to have a lot of features that you're used to in Microsoft Word. You'll notice there's font you can change, size, bold, italicize. You can change the font colors, standard formatting options. When you're typing it here, go ahead and type a question you might ask your students. I'm going to type a question relevant to the module. You'll notice it's doing a lot of things just like Word would. It'll spell check for you and everything. Okay, so go ahead and type a question. It doesn't have to be my question into your document. And then when I have students answer, whether they're using their own device or they're on the smart board or on my computer, when they type in their answer, I want them to put their initials by it so that later it's really easy for me to know who said what. And initials are always safer than full name because there's no reason that this information should be compromised. But since it's on the internet, it's just better safe than sorry. I'm typing in several possible responses. Okay, do I still have this word? No, there's not 2 F's in familiar. I don't know what's up with spell check today. Okay. Once you have some student answers typed in, you could just make something up for this demo and type in some initials. You'll notice when you go to save, there is no save button under File. That's because Google just saves it for you all the time, which is awesome. You never lose it. If your computer shuts off, if a kid hits the X, if you get busy and move on and then you just accidentally X out, it'll always be there when you go back. So that's a really nice feature. Just like Word, it also has an insert feature. You can use images, equations, drawings, charts, all that good stuff. The other part that I want to show you that's really useful when you're working with students is the share feature. So the way we've been talking about it so far, students are coming up to my computer or my smart board and interacting with the document, which is a really useful tool. But if you have older students and you want to create a draft or some document that you're all working on at the same time, and you don't want them to walk up to the front every single time, it takes forever. If they have a Chromebook or possibly an iPad, they would, with a keyboard maybe, if they have a Gmail account, and you can set them one up that's school only as long as you have the permissions form that they need for the computer lab, same form. Then they log in just like you logged in, but if you've shared this document with them, they can all access it at the same time, same document. And as they type, all 20 or 30 or however many students you have's documents will show the new typing. They won't overlap, and they won't save 5 million copies like Word does. So that's a nice feature for groups to work collaboratively, for the whole class to work collaboratively. Another thing that you can use this for is to share a study guide or other data with the students. So you click on the share button here in the right hand corner, and you put the names, the email addresses rather, their names aren't going to do any good, of the students that you want to have access to it. If you're going to do this regularly, just make a group in your Gmail so that you only have to type the group name. If you don't know how to do that, just come see me. I'll be happy to help you. Then if they're all going to be editing it, you want them to type in, you just leave can edit. If you do not want them to type in, you can choose can comment, where they can add little notes to it, or just view. That gives you a lot of flexibility. Another option, if you don't want to give them Gmails, but you do want them all to use it, you can click Get Shareable Link. It will show you this link. It's a unique URL. You can copy and paste it onto your smartboard in really big font, and kids can use it, but it's really cumbersome to type in, so it's not my first choice. Now I'm going to turn this off because I don't want a shareable link right now. All right, done. All right, that's how you share. Now there's a ton of variations of how to use this, but hopefully that gets you started. Before you leave this, go ahead and share it with me. Just put my email address in right here. Change the setting to can view, or you can leave it as can edit. It doesn't really matter. Hit done, and that will let me know you've completed this part of the module. Then when you finish this video, when it exits out for you, closes out, go ahead and just hit the bottom, hit the button, at the bottom of the screen to go to the next page.